started as this tiny film about street racing. And because of the love of the characters, it's emerged a much bigger story about family being broken apart by a secret that's been buried from the past and having to reconcile that.
Imagine an unknown brother to the Toretto family. Who in the world could embody that character? He is such an incredible talent. Wait till you see. Wait till you see.
I couldn't ask for a better endorsement. Every family, I don't care how perfect you are, we all have our secrets. Even the Torettos have secrets.
We spent a lot of time trying to figure out this idea that there would be a middle brother who was involved in Jack Toretto's death.
It was just an immediate knowing that John had the soul to personify this lost and forgotten Toretto.
I was one of the young people captivated by the first installment, and I've watched ever since. My invite, so to say, into the Fast family was rather abrupt. I got a call literally 35 minutes later. I was in Vin Diesel's gym talking to Vin about the possibility of being invited into the Fast family.
When you are in the room, when these two individuals are shooting these intense scenes, you can feel the energy.
You know, the only good thing to come from Dad dying, if he hadn't, I'd have spent my entire life in your shadow. Now, you spend the rest of yours living in mine.
We haven't ever seen Toretto versus Toretto. There's this unresolved part of his life that prevents him from becoming a true father. To quote Dame Helen Mirren, there's nothing more dangerous than a family at odds. And you see that in the ferocity our characters go at each other. That longing for that brotherhood.
I was like, he's gonna be able to make the world believe that he's actually a Toretto. Him and Vin on set for the first day of filming. You know, there was a couple takes, it felt like some was really about to happen on set.
We needed somebody who we believed could take Dom down. A similar physical build, intelligent, really brings their own persona to screen.
I said to him, to play a Toretto, you're gonna have to be prepared to go to some dark places. And I believed him when he said, whatever it takes.
We can do this instead. Just to be around the environment has been awesome, and Vin has been one of a kind. As I came into it with the mindset of you are surrounded by really, really gifted folks who have done 2 decades worth of establishing a legacy.
He is never afraid to be vulnerable. He's never afraid to get knocked down. It made my job more fulfilling to be able to have a partner like that.
So many options, so many options.
I love John Cena. I used to watch wrestling quite a bit. The nostalgia of him in WWE is very real in my heart.
I think he's like the perfect brother for Dom, and it's been cool getting to know him.
I like his vibe. I like what he represents.
It's very hard to create a villain, and it's very hard to create a villain that feels really formidable. Each of these films really is that much stronger when we have a foe that we believe could break that family down.
It was very important to me to truly have this antagonist that's going to be a huge obstacle for our characters.
And for the record, we're the good guys. I'm Luke freaking Skywalker.
Otto's the money man behind all this, right? Jakob's the brains, and Sue is his muscle.
Otto is the beneficiary, basically, of a kingdom. He wants to change the world, I think, for the better. I'm not so sure he has any idea what the better might mean. I'm pretty certain that if you gave world power to Otto, you wouldn't like what came out on the other side.
Lieutenant Sue, he's obviously from a military background, and he's Otto's friend and main security.
I really loved that they made Sue big and punishing. It was a pleasure to get my ass kicked by Sue, because he's this big guy with tattoos all over his face.
When I spoke to Justin about the character, it was so nice that I was able to not put a comedy spin on him, but almost have him as a carefree psychopath.
Your whole life, you pushed yourself to be faster than Dom, smarter than Dom. Do you hate him enough it keeps you up at night?
To be able to work with Charlize and bring Cypher,
Money well spent.
she just brings not only the sense of professionalism, but her level of awareness when she showed up. She could tell we were still fresh and we were still having a great time, and she was able to feed off that energy.
What's so fun about writing for a character like Cypher is she just knows exactly where to stick the knife and how to twist.
I bet all you ever wanted was a hug.
You read my psyche, Val. Good for you. Charlize is not as good as you all think she is. She's far better than that. I was just looking at her in amazement of what she does and how good she is.
This would be the moment where the villain has an unexpected setback.
Charlize Theron is just extremely precise, meticulous. She keeps on working with it, keeps on seeing new nuances of it, and it's such an inspiration to me.
I think actually she frightened John into it.
You know, I look at her and I feel creeped out. Sort of turned on at the same time.
She is one step ahead of everybody. I think John felt that. He definitely seemed shook.
Adding your brother Dom to the mix, you don't have a chance.